Good morning. So in today's segment of Birth of a Mya-Moe, I'm going to talk about parts and how we order parts and organize them. And that's when we think of the things that go into the ukulele, we group them. We have things that are very specific to each individual ukulele and are handled by us as a one-off. The back, sides, the front, the fretboard, for instance, are all unique to your instrument or to that specific ukulele. Then we've got the neck, and that's handled a little bit differently, and I'll talk about separately about how we do necks. And then we've got parts, which are things that go in virtually every ukulele, and they are virtually identical. There might be some options one way or another, and the way that we handle those parts is that we order them or make them in relatively large quantities, and I'm talking about, well, let's say 50 to a couple hundred at a time. It depends on the cost and the size and all that. And so we make them or we order them in that kind of quantity. We have, our system then is that we have some of those parts that are available to us wherever we're working, and then we have a backup supply. And whenever the backup supply runs out, so we've refilled our local supply to the max, the backup is out, then we order more. It's a very simple system, and yet it is very effective. We always have, I would say we always have 2 or 3 months of parts available. I never would want to have to stop building because we've run out of part temporarily, so it's always better to stock more. So what are some examples? I'm going to show you up here in these drawers. For instance, here are our tuners. There's machine tuners there. And here's our peg head tuners. And then, camera follows me down here. I've got an entire box of extra tuners. And these are beyond all those that are in that drawer. And so when that box is emptied, the last time I filled a drawer, then I know that I've got to order more of that particular type of tuner. Other examples. Here are bridges. This is our local supply, so these are ones that we're getting ready to use. When these drawers are empty, we'll refill from our cabinet, and we'll know that we have to order more bridges. Another example of parts is pickups. Here's our most popular pickup, the K&K Twin Spot, and that's our little local drawer where I've got right now about 5. And then down here is a bag where I've got another 20 of those pickups. Another example is strings. Here are the holders for our spools of string that Aaron and I use every day when we're stringing the instrument. And up here in these drawers, what you see is a backup spool for every size. So there's a backup spool for the fluorocarbon low G. So when we run out in our little string holder, we pull from the backup, and then we know that we have to order another one. The other items that are in the parts area are things that Shar and Aaron use in building the body. And if you'll follow me over here, I'll show you those. Here are our go-bar decks, and they're what we use to brace the tops and the backs. You'll see that. Little foreshadowing, you'll see that in the upcoming video. But you see up here overhead are the braces that we use. And you can see there are several different types of braces based on, is it a back or a top, and is it a concert or a tenor or a baritone. So these are braces that we're using every day. And then down here, you'll see a whole set of drawers full of extra braces. So when we run out up on top of the go-bar deck, we pull one of those drawers, and Ben, who makes our braces for us, we call him and we say, "Hey Ben, time for more braces." Another good example of parts is binding. So in this drawer here, you see all of our bindings and all of the different, rope, ebony, walnut, bloodwood, koa, and so forth. And in this case, we can just see when we're getting a little bit low, and we order some more. We get those from a great company up out of Seattle called Gurion. So that gives you an idea of how we manage parts And as I said, it's really simple. When the backup supply is out, we order more, and that goes for supplies as well. We manage sandpaper that way, glues, all of those things that are in the kind of supply list. We have an area where we're using from actively, and then we have a backup supply. When the backup is out, you order more. So that gives you an idea of that, and we'll see you in the next segment. Bye-bye.